Good morning everyone, Alessandro here and welcome to this Bitcoin price analysis. Unfortunately guys, we have some bearish news that could of course trigger massive downside in the next coming 1 or 2 weeks. Overall, long term we are of course bullish, but in the immediate short term unfortunately I'm seeing now some bearish signs that are evolving since also we have now dipped below $104,000. We're gonna have a look into that guys, so welcome everyone. We are trading here of course all the cryptos that we want up to 100x leverage here on Bybit, Maxi Global and so on when the time is right of course. So that's why we always are keeping an eye in the immediate short term but also in the long term, and we are of course all bullish for Bitcoin, that's for sure. But in the immediate short term very often we are getting some pullbacks, some drawbacks, and then again some nice pushes to the upside and so on, and that's why we like to trade those moves. If you also like to trade those moves guys, then of course sign up to Maxi Global, Bybit, VMAX, all exchanges that I'm also using. Of course no financial advice, just my own exchanges that I'm also using here and that I can really much recommend. Of course no promises, no financial advice, etc. This is really just all the products and exchanges that I'm using here in the crypto space like Bybit, Maxi Global. So far I'm totally happy with them and I'm using those exchanges since years to trade Bitcoin and of course all the altcoins that I want. So welcome everyone on board. Make sure to be subscribed on this channel. We are hitting almost 500 subscribers guys, so thank you very much for your great support. Our channel is rising fast of course, and we're gonna have a look now into Bitcoin here in the 4-hour time frame first, and then we're gonna go to the higher time frames. So in the 4-hour currently you can see that we have now some 4-hour closes below $104,600, and that of course is a bearish sign because I told you guys that this support here where we also dipped a few times below is a very crucial support for Bitcoin. We need to see as soon as possible a big bounce and of course start to create higher highs and not those higher lows that we just had. Also yesterday when we had this push to the upside, I told you that watch out guys, I'm not trusting those moves currently of Bitcoin because we are getting some warning signs in the higher time frame. So that means that the lower time frames like the 4-hour or daily time frame has less significance than the higher time frames. The good thing here about the 4-hour is that we could get here a nice push to the upside since money flow is again increasing and also we're getting a fresh buy signal. It is nothing confirmed yet, so yes, we have some buy signals here in this indicator that is similar to the market cipher indicator, but this one is more for scalp trading and also for the long term to basically buy and sell in the long term. And also with my confirmation indicators down here with the stochastic and this lagging indicator here, we have basically like all confirmations of a buy or sell signal, and the last buy confirmation is basically still waiting, and this of course could mean that we could see first another run up to maybe retest the 105k area to then roll over and continue the crash, or of course to go to much higher levels. But therefore we want to see again at least 4-hour closes back above 105k. Then I think yes, this was probably a fake out and we could eventually start here an uptrend. As long as this is not happening, we're gonna remain shifted to the downside guys. Also here on the daily time frame we are still selling off, still no buy signals, nothing is appearing here, so that's why also here we're still waiting on the sideline, because also here we are starting a downtrend, and that of course could mean that for the next coming days and weeks we maybe are coming down to test here the 200 daily moving average at around $95,000. That is my target for now, also because of the weekly time frame, and this is the most concerning time frame right now guys, because after this buy signal down here I told you that in the next coming weeks we most likely gonna see a nice push to the upside for Bitcoin for the next coming weeks, and this indication here, these buy signals are ending right now because we're getting now sell signals and we're just waiting for the last confirmation signal basically. So that means that we maybe could repeat something like here when we had this big push to the upside, then we went sideways until then we crashed down into the 50 weekly moving average. So based on the sell signal that we're getting here, we could easily now come down to test the 20 weekly moving average at 95k. That would be my opinion the best case if we're gonna see now a correction. For the worst case we could drop all the way down to 84k where we have the 50 weekly moving average, where previously we bounced of course down here. So those two scenarios would be like the best case scenarios if we're still in a bull run, and we still should expect Bitcoin to go to new all-time highs and to 200k, 300k and so on, if that is really becoming true. Otherwise here of course we could see another big leg down and then of course go up again, down, and so on. That would be a scenario. No one knows the future, guys. Worst case, of course, although we could come down here, and if this support is not holding at 84k, we can easily enter into a bear market and crash down, which I don't expect, I don't believe, but time-wise, but based on the indicators, of course, there are some signs that we are looking a bit toppy here, and at some point we could get here a massive correction also here on the monthly time frame. But time-wise, I still expect that Bitcoin at some point will go to levels towards 150k, 180k, and so on. I don't expect that here at 112k this was the cycle top of this bull run, but in the next coming weeks, it is possible that we first gonna see some more legs down, guys, and that's why we have to be very cautious right now. Of course, those indicators and those buy and sell signals in the higher time frames, they need several weeks and months to play out, and therefore we're also trading in the immediate short term, especially the 4-hour and daily time frame, and they will at some point trigger then buy signals and have a nice bounce to the upside. But unfortunately right now, also based on the money flow, it is possible that first we are coming a bit more down before maybe even down towards 95k before we get any kind of serious bounces here, and maybe even a big trend reversal, because we are in theory now in a downtrend on the daily and 4-hour time frame. We have always those lower highs whenever we see a rally, and also lower lows. So if we're gonna create another lower low, it must be below $100,000, and therefore I think $95,000 would be a great target to watch out for next. And of course you can trade this with a long, with a short, wherever you think that Bitcoin will be heading to next. You can trade this over on those exchanges up to 100x leverage. Of course, I would never go with 100x leverage, not to mention 500 leverage here, for example. But this is more something that when you already are in a profitable trade, then of course you can increase your leverage. Then of course also your liquidation price will move according to that. But first you maybe enter with a 2x leverage or a 3x leverage trade, because with a lower amount of money you can do bigger trades, and also your liquidation price is far away. And as soon as you're sitting in a profitable trade, then of course you can increase or decrease the leverage. Alright guys, I think that's it for now. Remember that here in the video description you also find the newest upcoming coins. Sometimes I like to buy into those new hyped coins. Of course they are very risky, but sometimes you have the chance also there to do some gains. No promises, nothing. It's just about those new meme coins that I like to buy. Currently we have some with very high staking rewards, like Bitcoin Hyper 500%, Snorter is about 270%, similar to Pepetto. Also here 276% staking rewards. I just like to buy into all of them and then stake those coins and wait for the launch. Maybe they will never launch, who knows that, but once they're launching, like Solexi right now, you can see that there is always a very big hype around this one. This is the last chance to get into Solexi, guys, if you wanted to buy it. In 2 days we're gonna see the launch. They crossed now over 56 million, so they're raising a lot of funds in the last couple of weeks, just because they have now confirmed the launch date, because some people sometimes are afraid that these coins never come out, but whenever you have the product basically coming out and already the coin, we have launch dates, everything, then of course people want to jump on board, and like this of course they're raising even more funds. So let's see what the launch will do, guys. After Solexi, Bitcoin Bull is coming up in 8 days. All of them you can get access with the links in the video description here. Solexi, then the Bitcoin Bull, then the new Bitcoin Hyper, Snorter, DXRP, and of course also Best Wallet and Pepetto. You can get to all of them with the links in the video description to get to the official website, and you can of course buy some and also stake them, because like that you're gonna have a lot of coins once they are launching. Also here on Pepetto, whenever you are connecting your wallet, you can then easily just buy more or just buy with staking, and then you're gonna profit for these high staking rewards that you have. The ones that are coming out now, like Solexi or Bitcoin Bull, they have very little staking rewards, so here I would definitely not buying with staking, but you can do whatever you want, of course, guys. Just a tip: whenever you're buying a coin before the launch date, then it's always good to buy without staking, so you don't have any lockup period at launch. You can immediately claim the tokens, trade it first on DEXs, and later on then on exchange listing as well. I keep you updated, guys, so that's why make sure to be subscribed on my channel, and of course also in my other social media channels, the Instagram, Telegram, TikTok, X, and so on. So thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned, and we're gonna see us all in the next one. Bye for now.